Well, Federal today finally released the 7mm Backcountry, a new 7mm caliber. It's a long action, but this is not just a new case offering. It's not a new 7PRC. It's actually going to change a lot of things in the ammunition game that I think we're going to see for a long time to come. Let me explain. So the 7BC is able to get a 170 grain bullet 3,000 feet per second out of a 20-inch barrel. The way it does that is by pressure. It's upping the chamber pressure well above what your standard brass cases can accomplish through their peak alloy cases. Now, when you run into pressure issues with your ammunition or reloading, your failure point is the brass that the case is made of. Sticking due to high pressures because the brass is expanding too much. Case head separation is because the brass is weakening. All those things are a property of the brass that the case is being made from. But now the 7BC is made from Federal's new peak alloy case, which can handle higher pressures without the same issues you get when you're running the same pressures in your standard brass cartridges. Now, there is still a whole lot of metallurgy that has to go into it. The material has to be able to flow and fill the chamber to be sized and all those things. It can't be too stiff, can't be too soft. There's a lot that goes into this, but that's where this case kind of breaks this ground. So now with the higher pressures, most of the rifles are actually safe to those pressures. When they're manufactured, they go through what's known as a proof process. There's a proof round that is fired in the rifle, and that proof round is loaded to significantly higher than your standard operating pressure, and that is going to test the integrity of the system. So the rifles themselves are made to handle that higher pressure as a safety factor. It's the cases where you get the failure. So if you can up the case and up the case strength, your rifle system is strong enough to hold that. Now the case is strong enough to hold that as well. And like I said, I really think this is going to revolutionize things going forward. I think we're going to see a lot more of these cases that are running at significantly higher than traditional chamber pressures. And the benefit of that is going to be you're able to get the same velocity of a 24, 26-inch barrel out of a 20-inch barrel. So if you want to use a suppressor, you can use a suppressor. It just shrinks everything and makes it into a much more nice condensed packages. People want shorter barrels, but then they're also sacrificing some velocity that goes with that, and this is going to be kind of the balance and the best of both worlds. So stay tuned. I think there's going to be some interesting stuff coming from this. I think this is just the first one in a whole new revolution of these cartridges, but let's stay tuned and find out.